Flosstube. Welcome back. My name is Teresa. This is the Garden Goose Stitcher Flosstube. Flosstube number 16. It is the 21st of March. This month is really flying by. Thank you for coming back. Thank you if you just found me. I'm glad you're here. I want to tell you again that I love the comment section. I got so much amazing feedback and information. You guys are a wealth of knowledge between hollyhocks and needle drum. Like, I appreciate each and every one of you that stop and comment, and I appreciate all of you. I'm getting really close to a certain threshold of subscribers that there will be a you know what if I reach it. I'm no pressure, but I'm glad you're here. Welcome back. I had a weird week between birthday parties and my mom's band concert. If you follow me on Instagram, I hope you got to watch that little story that I posted with the bagpipers playing with my mom's band. It was amazing. The hockey game was fun with Nate's team. We survived that week of driver's training. As we speak, Nathan is at the driver's training taking the test for the end of driver's training. If he passes, he still has a couple of driving sessions with the instructor, and then we'll be driving with him for 50 hours or something. So, but the daily drive to town will cease after today. Thankfully, because again, we're just not used to it. So, my seedlings are up. I think I have almost all of my tomato seedlings are up. Of the 60 variety, I planted 60 tomato pots with 15 different varieties. 3 of them were new seeds. The other 12 were last year's seeds. And I knew it was kind of risky. Right now I'm only missing 7 of the 60. And they are all from last year's seeds. But I have hope that they might still pop up, because I saw some in the other cells had popped up this morning even. So I think that I'm hoping for 100% germination rate. I also, once my peppers started opening up, I popped them in the dirt and nothing's come up since. So, but I got a really great tip last week in the comments about hollyhocks. And I had no idea that they can sometimes sit for a whole year doing nothing and come up the second year. So I'm really grateful for that comment, because I was going to totally put something in there. Hopefully they'll come up. But the seedlings have germinated, so I'll still see what happens. Although a lot of people said they're tricky to transplant, so I'm aware. And all of my ornamental cabbage are up, and they're all like this big. So we'll keep your fingers crossed. But I think almost everything is up except for my pumpkin on a stick. And I planted some melons because here I'm in zone 6A or 5B. I'm like right on the border. Is that true? I think so. And so here it's nice if you put in an established melon plant so that you have enough time. Because sometimes it gets cold fast or didn't heat up early. So it's nice. So I planted some watermelons, cantaloupe, and honeydew, and something. Banana melon. My sister gave me some of her seeds for banana melon. I don't know what. We'll see what happens. But it's been fun. Watering the seeds every day, it makes me feel like there's hope that spring will happen. Actually, I just came in from sitting in the greenhouse, because the greenhouse was like 85 degrees, and I have a thermometer in my dining room, and I saw that it was 85, and I said, I'm going to go out for a couple of minutes. Just sit in the greenhouse, because it makes me feel better to be out there. It's like 50 degrees here today, but the greenhouse is pushing 80 or 90. I'm going to go out there and spend a little bit of time. That's all that's been going on, other than a heck of a lot of stitching. So let's jump into it. Let's start with my whip go. Again, I only worked on my one whip go. And I'm not worried about the other one. I'll tell you why in a minute. So again, I have underestimated my whip go. This is from Stitching with the Housewives, America the Beautiful. I believe this was a whip maynia 2021, I think. I'm not sure. And then it's been in 2 whip goes now, and my goal was a finish, and I really regret that. If my goal had been 10 days, I would have checked it off already and said, better luck next year. but my goal was a finish, and I really regret it. I have got all of the centers done on those flowers. All the flowers are framed out, and now I have 4 of these stripey ones. So there's 1, 2, I don't know, 3. There are only 3 left. There might only be 3 left. I watched a lot of Homeland, and I'm in season 6. No, I'm in season 7. I'm going to tell you, I had to turn it off for a couple days because I think I was getting angry. The season 7 is a little bit too close to reality currently, so I had to turn it off because I felt myself getting mad. So I started watching hold on, The Way Home. It's on Hallmark. I have the Friendly app. Have you ever heard of that? I don't have cable. I have bunny ears. We have an antenna on our house. And then, so we use just an antenna. And then we stream. So I have this app. It's called Friendly, but it's not spelled right. It's FRNDLY. But you pronounce it Friendly. But they have Hallmark and Lifetime and History and a couple other channels on there. And some of them are even channels that come in through our antenna, like that circle one. And I don't know. There's like a game show one. Anyway, it's just like nice programming. There's nothing too stressful. And so I got it for Hallmark though. But you can record, like it has DVR type of capability, and you can stream back for the past 72 hours. So I really like it at Christmas time because I watch a heck of a lot of Hallmark. But I had saw this show was coming up. It's got Andie MacDowell in it. I said her name and now I instantly regret it. Do you know what I mean? Curly hair. Anyway, super cute. So I had recorded it. I had set record. I think it started in January, and I hadn't got to watch it yet. And I took the time this past weekend because I just needed a break from Homeland. And I'm almost done with the season 1 because it's so good, and I really recommend it. And it wasn't what I thought it was going to be. It is better. So it's called The Way Home. And I think you should watch it if you have Hallmark, if you haven't already. Maybe I'm the last one to find out. But so I stitched on this, and I watched that a lot. I'm almost done. I'm going to finish this today. Maybe tomorrow. Today, my whip was called for my March Mania. This was a Mania start in 2021. It got stitched on in Mania 2021, Mania 2022. It got called for Whip Go of 2022. And it is on my board for this year. Hands-on design, knee high. And I pulled it today because it's day. And I've gotten a bunch of this filled in. Almost all the text was there. I just had to finish a couple letters. And I put in this part right here. So I'm going to stitch on this a bunch, and I'm just going to try to fill this then. And then once I fill that in, I'll switch to my 2 flowers or whatever. This is on Just Coffee Tea Done. You can see I'm awfully close to the edge there. I'll be fine. It'll be fine. I finished my own stuff, so not that big of a deal. I keep it in this really cute bag. Some of you are about the bag, some of you are not. But I keep it in this bag. I made it. It's got patriotic mailboxes. I thought it was cute. My other whip is April. Wordplay. Thanks so much for everybody who didn't call me names for holding that upside down last week. They just laughed. Thank you so much. April Wordplay. I've had a couple more people join. the wordplay group, and I saw my friend Karen went to a retreat, Too Tall Stitcher retreat, and she was sitting next to a woman that I met at the Situate retreat in January, and I had messaged Karen and said, "You sit next to Luann?" And she said, "Yeah," and I think I talked her into wordplay, and I was like, "Oh, cool." I feel like I almost didn't get any time on this last week. And then by the time I got to pick it up, I was very frustrated. I don't remember what was going on, but I ended up staying up quite late so I could get I got those daffodils stitched on the wagon. Was the wagon not even done last week? So maybe I got the wagon, the daffodils, and the rabbit, because I was very frustrated that I stayed up really late to do it, and I was concerned about the yellow on the daffodils because obviously I chose this yellow cloth, but I think they show up just fine and I like it a lot. Gosh, don't you love that variegation in that wagon? Somebody asked me what it was, and it's holly berry coloring cotton. Pretty. So my wordplay Wednesday, and then now I have my new starts. So last week I have my calendar for March Mania is right there because I can't remember what happened yesterday, you guys. So sometimes I look up there. I'm so sorry. Last week, one of my new starts was Brenda Gervais with a needle and thread. St. Patrick's Day hoopla. Holiday hoopla. This is really cute. Sheep. I started this on St. Patrick's Day. And I got a bit done. I didn't get as much as I thought I might, but it's on 28 count light ash gray. And it was in a scrap bag that I got from Stitches and Things at the last retreat that they had in the fall. Okay, can we just take 1 second? You know I'm an Ada stitcher. This is on 28 count. And I stitched along. And then I was looking at the symbols and I thought, why does it look funny? Because there's a section of 1/1. On the rump of this sheep, there's a little section of 1/1. It's that little clover. And I did it. You guys. So maybe I would have got more done if I hadn't had to do that. It took me a bit. And then I had to take some off, and it's only a little bit wrong, so it stayed. But I thought that was a big deal, 1/1. So that, I'm happy about that whip. Sometimes I find myself through this March Mania process, when I don't finish something like that, I am like really excited because I know it's going to be on my whip go next year. So my other new start, I have one other new start I'm not supposed to show you, but I'm going to show you the tiniest of tiny sneak peeks. And then just don't tell anybody if you figure out what it is, okay? I got in the mail the kit for this Teresa Kogut retreat that's coming up next month in Lansing. Do you see like fuzz? I need to dust. Apparently. This is the second one. So I got the kit last Friday, Thursday. I don't know. I got it a day after Tammy, and Tammy was messaging me, and I was slightly panicked because I knew it was on a linen, and I've only stitched on 28 count or 25 count Lugana, so I was a little stressed because I wanted it to look nice, especially if Teresa Kogut's going to be there. I don't want to show up with some jalopy of a cross stitch because I'm a noob. And so I was really, really nervous. So I got mine a day later, and I started on it immediately because it absolutely made me panic. And you're not allowed to show it at all. But I'm going to show you a tiny little bit. Okay, just like a little bit, because I just want to prove to you that I started it. And then when I show it to you, I can tell you, you'll see why I was slightly panicked. I will tell you, I'm keeping in this bag that I made last year. I had a bag bonanza. I don't know, whatever. I made a whole bunch of bags, and I found this one with this bag, and I thought it would go well. So I'm going to show you a tiny little peek. Do you ever watch The Housewives? And when Priscilla has a brand new design, she'll show like a little tiny like peek. And then I'm always like, what if she accidentally showed the whole thing? But she doesn't, because she's really good. Hold on. Ready? I can't do it. I'm too nervous. What if I mess it up and then Annabella's blacklists me? Oh, here we go. Ready? Oh, okay. Did you see what color that was? Do you know what I complain about the most on this Flosstube? Stitching on black. And that's black linen. I can't wait till we can talk all about it. But I just want to let you know, I'm doing it. Like every time I get another one of the little motifs done, I literally just almost yell to myself, I'm doing it. Oh, another one of my new starts last week in March Mania. This was on my list, and needle and thread, and I finished it. Can you believe it? I didn't fully finish it. Hold on. Bring yourself down a couple notches. But I did stitch this in one day, my friends. One day. I think it's really pretty. I don't know what this fabric is. It was just in my 28 count scrap bin that I got. She sold bags of 28 count, or she had different counts. And there was like 5 or 10. I think there was like 10. I don't know. It was a good value. I bought like 3 bags. So I really liked it. I left a couple of like random like confetti type of stitches. I was like, just not gonna. So, and then I think on Saturday, this is what was on my list. It's a freebie from Lindy Stitches. It's called Peter's Day Out. And I think you know, if you should, if you aren't, you should sign up for her newsletter, because she sends freebies. And yeah, I think that must be how I got it. And I started it on Saturday, and I'll be darned, I stitched it. This is mint. Do I have a board? You can kind of see through my fabric, can't you? This is mint 28 count Lugana. And I think he's awfully pretty. I just loved stitching on him. I added a darker line there where his knee is and his pants, because with the mint you really couldn't see him very much. I think I should just finish a little pillow on him. I think I should. Don't you think? Super cute. So, gotta love a freebie. I also added in the stitches on his ear, because I thought his ear should be pink. So that was a new start. Now to, a finish. That was a new start and a finish. Now to my other finish. I have one more finish. And this was called Yesterday. This was a Stitch Mania project in 2021 and 2022, Stitch Mania. And I got called for a Whip Go in 2022. And it is on my 2023 Whip Go as well. And I've been thinking about it because I only had the truck done. Out of all those times it had been called, 10 days last year I stitched on it, and I'd only almost had the truck done. So I resolved yesterday, when I pulled it out, I decided to just stitch the truck and make a small. So I just decided to stitch that truck with the chickens on it. I mean, it's still really cute. I took a picture of the chart for this flower, and I flipped it, and then I put it over on that side of the truck so that it would be balanced. So there is my finished chicken truck. I think I'll just do, I don't know what I'll do. Maybe a pillow, maybe not. If you do a pillow and you put interfacing on it, does the white show through the holes? It seems like it would, but I don't know. So, but it's done. And I was thinking, you know, I like this pattern. Maybe I'll stitch the sign, the Fresh Egg Farm, because, you know, we got a lot of fresh eggs. We're getting about a dozen a day. We're having troubles. We're giving away a lot of eggs right now. I should probably make a stand out at the end of the driveway, but so maybe I'll stitch that someday. But for now, it's off my whip list. Now, what I'm going to put on my whip go, that's to be seen. I don't know what I should do. I could replace it with something else. Or maybe just pick a whip. Like whatever I'm in the mood for. So, you know, it's my board, my rules, right? So, haul. First, I have some haul, a lot of haul. And I went to check this morning to see when my next, I had one more order out from an Etsy shop that hadn't arrived yet. And I went to look, and I don't know what's going on, but it says it's not due to ship until August or April 5th. So I don't know if that's like the end of her like window. I don't know, but it says fast ship. I don't know. So I have still have orders coming. So basically what I'm saying is there'll be haul soon. Hopefully. I can't believe that it would take a whole 3 weeks to get an order. I don't know. What would you do? But I've been getting all these packages coming in, and then I got a mystery one that I did not order. And it was from my friend Megan, the one that lives in Texas, not the one that stitches for hair. And look what she sent me. Goose Gossip. Goose with a heart. Gertrude and friends. Our first ever goose was named Gertie. This is Santa with a goose. And I messaged her and I said, where did you get all of these? I thought it was so sweet of her to think of me. Another Cricket Collection goose. You know, the talk about geese coming back. And one day everybody's going to say, where are all the vintage goose patterns? They're all at Teresa's house. People have been sending. I don't know if you can see this, but look at this. Can you see the? I thought it was just a dot, but it's a goose dot. So cute. I have a lot of goose patterns, and I'm really happy about it. So, thank you, Megan. That was really fun. And then, yeah, that was all. Oh, she sent me a shirt. That's what it was. She sent me a shirt from Bucky's. A gardening shirt. So, my haul. I told you my carts were full, and they were. I had two different shop carts on Etsy, and then a 1, 2, 3 stitch order. And I had decided to cancel my subscriptions to the Floss Frenzy and the Floss Fix, and just buy a color. Like, just pick a color and buy what I wanted of that color. So I did. So, obviously, internet shopping, some of them almost look purple, and some of them have a lot of orange to them. But, can you even? Is there anything that's pretty ever? I don't know. So, instead of my 2 subscriptions, I just bought this. And I think next month I'll either do blue or maybe yellow. I don't know. Is that exciting? I just almost lost me. I almost lost control of how excited I was. So, these were the patterns I ordered for 1, 2, 3 stitch. It was just a random thing. And so this is a needle book. I was talking with Missy about Chessie and Me. And then we were just talking about Chessie and Me. Maybe about a retreat of some sort. Is there a retreat at Silver Needle this year with Chessie and Me? Is that true? Is that false? I don't remember. We were talking about it. And then I started looking through Chessie and Me patterns because I wondered which one I had. And then I didn't think I had any in my X-Stitch app. So I started looking through, and look at that needle book. Now, don't you think you could just make a pillow out of that? Or something else. I think it's super pretty. Flag of Glory needle book. And the flag has like specialty stitches like Smyrna's and something else. But apparently I can stitch on linen, so I figure I could do it. The Nebby needle. I thought this was amazing. Bent Creek flag. I think this one was re-released, yeah? 98. This is the one that I had ordered last month on shopping day, and then it wasn't in stock, and I kind of had thought, well, maybe it's just not meant to be, but then I thought, no, I want that, so I bought it. This is Erin Elizabeth. I have not seen her stuff, but somebody's been sharing a lot of her patterns lately on Instagram. I don't remember who. But apparently it's worked. I got this one, Leela Studio, The Lord's Prayer. This thing is hefty. I didn't realize. And then, listen, I know how much progress I made on the chicken feed sack, but I still bought the next one. And then I go, oh my, there's been a catastrophe. And then I bought the Cricut Collection eggs. And I know how I feel about all those colors that Cricut Collection calls for, but still, I bought it anyway. Hold on, I'll be right back. I apologize. There was a large avalanche. I need to make sure that I balance my haul better. So the fabric that I bought a few pieces of fiber on a whim. I had mentioned that I would like to have several, like a good stash of these, not only just to use them, but to have pieces so I know what they look like so I can order. I really need, like, I wish they had a little sample booklet that people who don't live within an hour of a needle workshop can use, because I need to see it to plan for it. So these are just fat quarters, but I got Hazelwood. What's that what this is? Hazelwood latte, which I had been searching for. I have milk and honey already, and I have cream and sugar, and I have something else, espresso. But I really love the way Fire on a Whim feels. This is wheat. I like stitching on it. I like how it feels. I also like Grace Notes, and I like Color and Cotton, and there's a couple other, but like that chalkboard linen that I'm stitching on right now, it is stiff and scratchy. So anyway, so I bought those just to have in my stash. If anything, if there's a big project I need to order a piece from, at least I can lay eyes on it and see it is what I want. So when on my shopping day, after I'd bought those and all of the other stuff, I was sitting down to stitch, and Missy texted me that Color and Cotton had grab bags and she'd bought one. So I rushed right over and got myself one too. Actually, I got two. I bought two of their grab bags, and I just think they're really pretty. I don't know what count they are. They're even weave. They just said even weave on the order. I asked Missy, are these 28 count? She said, I think they're 32. And I don't even know. But you guys, I stitch on 32 count now. Linen. Chalkboard linen. So apparently I can do anything. So I bought those. Those are fun. And she had one piece of 18 count in stock. It was Boardwalk. And it's pretty. Just a little 16th, I think. This is a 16th. And 1/8 of a yard. So it is pretty. So that's in my stash now. So that is what I bought. And then the other cart from Etsy that supposedly isn't going to get shipped until April 5th. That can't be true. Maybe I'll message them. I'll be quiet and I'll wait. That's who I am. So I have a lot of plans happening because I'm going to retreat this weekend. So along with my March Mania excitement, I'm going to retreat. And do you know that I kitted all of these projects up for March Mania before I went on my cruise? Like 2 days before I went on my cruise, I went through my stash. I pulled patterns, then I pulled the fabric, then I think I had almost all the floss I made do. I believe I went and bought like 6 or 7 skeins of DMC, probably for prairie schoolers, but because I usually pick whatever prairie schooler says. But I pulled almost everything out of stash, and I have a calendar. That's why I'm always looking over here. I have a calendar, planned everything out for the month, and then I just went on vacation, and I just let it go. Like I didn't really think about it too much when I got back. I was like, hey, just stitch what I planned. And now that I look at it, I think I really thought it out because the weekend that we had that hockey tournament, I didn't plan anything for Saturday. And then last weekend, when I knew I had my mom's band concert and birthday parties and all this other stuff, I planned 3 little things. And they were just right because I got 2 out of 3 of them done. So obviously I planned that really well considering I had stuff to do, but I still got my stitching in. And so this weekend, I was looking at what I had planned, and I think I did it unintentionally. I think I really planned this out well. And I just totally forgot because literally sailed off into the sunset after I planned all these out. But I think I did a good job. So next week, or this coming week later, after wordplay. It's like my stitching week starts after wordplay. I'm stitching Penelope and Peep by Stitching with the Housewives. This is the Sip of the Seasons series. Wow, I said all of those, you guys. Whoa. And I have 3 of these already stitched. I believe I own the other 3. I think, are there 3 more? There's a patriotic one I own. I haven't stitched. And I think there's a winter, like the Fox and Flurry. I don't know, you guys. I have the Scarecrow. I have the Halloween. And I have the Christmas done. And like finished. They get displayed. So I want the Easter. I definitely want the patriotic. And then I believe there's a winter one. So this is on the schedule for Thursday. Friday I'm going to Camp Stitch a Lot, the retreat hosted by Stitches and Things. And I have planned an epic start, apparently. Spring has come. By Prairie Schooler, the big one. And do you know that last year when I went to the Stitches and Things retreat, Camp Stitch a Lot, I stitched the summer one of this series from this series. I took it with me and I started it there. And then after I talked for a long time and stitched on it, I went to my room and I fixed all my mistakes. Because it was my first ever retreat. And I didn't know you should not be counting fussy things at retreats. So it was my first ever retreat. And I was so nervous to go. I went knowing no one. I'd only been to the shop once. I think. Maybe twice. No, once. And I went and I had so much fun. Talked to a million new people. Made friends. It was great. And so I think it's so fitting that I scheduled this to work on at the retreat on Friday. I feel like I did it on purpose. I just don't remember. So, and then on Saturday, so I'm staying the night on Friday night, but I'm not staying the night on Saturday night because I live like 10 minutes away, like 15 at the most. And so I'll get to stitch really late on Friday on that. And then I'm taking this to start on Saturday. Hen and Chicks. And I had kitted this up. This is the only thing I really remember kitting up or putting any real thought into or concern. Because if you actually look, the chickens are different colors. And there's no DMC conversion for this. So these chickens, I was looking at the list and I thought, oh no, what am I going to do? I don't have that many whites. I have white, ecru, bright white, bamboo, 12 grain. That's like it. So I had asked on Stitch Your Stash if anybody had ever seen the DMC conversion for this, and no one had. Or nobody mentioned it. Somebody, I don't know. So I kitted up best I could. And then since then I have gotten 2 new off-white and cream flosses in my subscription, so I put those in there. So this is my Saturday new start, and I'm really excited. I've had that for a while. And then Monday, I'll be starting spring ABCs, and I'm really excited about this. I think my friend Kristen just sent me her progress on this. I don't know, because I believe Kristen and Lisa are both stitching this. So I get confused. But I'm going to start it. And it's the last one I have in this series to stitch. And I'm really excited about it. It looks like I picked 28 count though. So it's going to take me triple the time that I normally would have. But I'm really, really proud of myself for scheduling things so thoughtfully. And I really have set myself up for success. I can't believe it, because I was really concerned. The 3 years that I have done Stitch Mania, with the best of intentions, I have failed miserably. I have spent all that time kitting things up, and then I'll be darned, I didn't stitch hardly anything. So I'm really glad that I was able to follow through. Look at my follow through. I can't believe it. It really was the gardening season interruption that kept me from following through with my plans during Manias. Because with no good weather, I stitched just fine. So I think it's really, I've been reassured that I've made it 21 days, and only 1 day has my plans not worked out. And I think that that's a pretty amazing outcome so far. And next week is like the last week. There's like next week will be my last week of March Mania. So I can't believe it's gone by so fast. I think that I'll be doing this again next year and forever. And I have to say that I really, really, really love starting a whole bunch of new stuff. I don't know what it is about my personality or something that I love being reckless one time a year. 1 month a year. I like being completely reckless. Every other month I'm going to stick to it and do what I want or do what I need to do. And apparently in March I just want to go wild. And so I'm so glad that I tried this. And I'm glad that my follow through isn't as bad as I thought it was. So I have been considering a lot while I'm stitching, and I've been enjoying stitching something new every day. I have been considering very much what I'll be doing this summer, what I should try to do this summer, if I should have one project plus whip goes, or just something small, or nothing at all except for whip goes. I did manage to get my whip goes done last summer, so I do have some stitchy time, and I just think I need to be more thoughtful about what I expect of myself. Last summer when I did my whip goes, and then I did have that retreat piece I had to stitch for the Stitch Etc. retreat, I remember being very stressed out because it was on black fabric and I could not stitch on it unless I was outside. So I did not like that feeling. But I have been more confident with changing out fabrics to just something else. And apparently I can stitch on chalkboard 32 count linen. So, but I do have to sit here. I have to use a hoop, and I have to sit here with this window shining through the holes so I can see them, especially when there's like a thingy, slub, what's it called? They're a bugger. But so I've just been thinking a lot while I've been stitching about what my plans should be for this summer. If I should just I don't know. I've been thinking about it a lot, but I know I need to stitch for myself a little bit. I just need to be easy, and so that's all I have for today. So many new starts coming up though. It's really exciting. It's like way to end the month with a bang, right? Like all these new big starts. So I hope that you get to stitch this weekend. I hope that you had a wonderful week and you're safe and healthy and happy. And I'm so grateful that you're here and you check in with me. And I appreciate every single one of your comments. Well, because all the comments are nice, but thank you. Thank you for being kind. Truly. And I appreciate all of you. So, and I'll see you next week after my retreat and the madness of all these new starts. So, happy stitching, friends. Take care.